communism. We have a lot to discuss in the great panel. To help us break it all down with us now is Juanita Tolliver, award-winning author of A More Perfect Party, host of the Archival podcast, and MS Now political analyst Rina, Shah, geopolitical advisor and strategist. Ladies, oh, wow, we've got the Bright Lips Club today. I love it.
We love it.
Okay, where do we want to start, honestly? Because we've talked about a lot today, but you know, actually, I just answered my own question. I want to start with Tucker Carlson. Because we haven't talked about him, and he gave a pretty interesting interview this weekend, or this week. And he thinks that the world needs a third party and that he's going to lead it. Let's listen to him quickly.
Oh, it's a headline.
Oh, it's a headline. Okay. So he says, we need a third party. I'm going to help build a third party. There should be a good faith effort to figure out what benefits the country. I mean, if you make $60,000 a year, you're degraded, your life expectancy has gone down, and the promise of your children's lives is likely gone. No one seems to care. It's not even a factor. Rina, when we are taking into stock all that ails us, all that we've talked about, is this the right path forward to Tucker Carlson's third party?
No, absolutely not, because I've done this before, and that path is dead on arrival because we don't have the systemic reforms to prop it up. Right. Exactly 10 years ago, I was Evan McMullin, campaign top advisor, chief spokeswoman. I felt it, I lived it, and I can tell you it's not possible. And that is what a lot of people get frustrated by, is that there's all this talk, there's all this money poured into potential third-party efforts, but they're dead. This time it feels like, oh, if you have a big personality like Tucker Carlson, maybe it's something. I still don't think, again, just because of what I said, the systemic reforms that need to happen aren't there to help it. It cannot be.
I want to also just point out, because I appreciate you pointing out the logistical hurdles to this happening, but also, why would anyone trust Tucker Carlson to be the face of this? He created effectively an on-ramp to Donald Trump the past 10 plus years.
While texting about how much he didn't like him.
Come on. So it's like, no, why does this person believe he is the one to find out the solutions for this country? Like, why would anyone trust him?
Well, I think that's a good point. But for me, as someone who's been never Trump from the jump, literally, I was the first elected delegate in 2016 to buck the now president. I do see this as a bit of a validation, though. I have to note that part, that you can be conservative, pro-freedom, and still reject strongman politics. Now, I'm not saying that's exactly what Tucker is doing here. This is more about
There's a gap.
but it's possible because the center-right needs a home, and it should be about ideas, not about a man. And so that's what I think is missing when Tucker enters and says, I'm splitting with this guy only on foreign policy.
And he also kind of defends and kind of allegedly props up Russian President Vladimir Putin in interviews. So, you know, if he's against this strong man, it's confusing why he's okay with the other one. Anyway, I want to play some sound from, for some reason, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth was at the Meridian Hill Park and was heckled. But I want you guys to listen to what he said.
Is that Malcolm X Park?
Malcolm X Park. That's what I call it.
Yeah, Malcolm X Park.
Let's play that, Renee.
Secretary.
This background noise this morning is perfect. It's the sound of ingrates, of ingratitude, of people who are so blinded by ideology they can't see law and order and common sense in front of them. That there's nothing ideological about this group. There's nothing political about this exercise. Law and order is something all Americans deserve. Black, white, rich, poor, man or woman from D.C. or far-flung places in this country.
He was there praising the National Guard for their work because they've been looking for things to do since they've been here in D.C. The idea that there's nothing ideological about the group of them, I guess, is what he's talking about. And it's him, the Deputy Chief of Staff of the White House, Stephen Miller, and the Acting Attorney General, Todd Blanche. Very political. But I'm curious when you hear him talk about that sound of ingrates, of ingratitude, and the kinds of ways in which he talks about, and they talk about protesters, and the way that Al Green just spoke about those little nasty racists that were walking around D.C. and said they have a right to do so. That's a very different way of talking about it. I'm curious how that changes or helps to create the environment of the midterms that we're going to be walking into.
It's the same environment we've been seeing since ICE agents and the National Guard have been deployed in cities across this country where protesters have been killed, right? I think it is about dehumanizing. But what's most striking is that Hegseth expects residents of D.C. to say, thank you for militarizing our city. Thank you for occupying our city. Like, it makes no sense. And it is yet another reminder of the need for DC statehood, too. But I think it's just, again, that tone and tenor of the reality that people who reject this administration are experiencing at the local levels. And it's in the context of a president who told the press a week or two ago that he'll do anything necessary when asked about deploying the National Guard or ICE agents to polling places in November. Yeah. This is not something that should be accepted as normal. And so I appreciate those Free DC protesters for raising the alarms locally. And I hope other people across the country, when they see this happening in their communities, do the same.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I don't.
Also, at the top of the 8 o'clock, I'm going to continue the silly. But this is real. This is real. A Belgian diamond company group.
You already lost.
Sent a gift. Sent a gift to President Trump. There it is.
Oh.
This garish ring. It is. Oh, where's this? The story says it is 321 diamonds, 56 sapphires, 13 emeralds, and 6 rubies encrust the watch-sized gold ring that was presented this week to the U.S. ambassador to Belgium, Bill White, to give to President Trump. And the gift comes, as the AP reports, the gift comes months after Belgium's diamond industry won the removal of U.S. tariffs on diamond imports. You see, you can't get the full gloriousness.
An understated gift for a humble
zoom
man.
in on
Right.
that.
Tacky.
Okay, both of you, just in the time we have left, just y'all's impressions. Rina, you go first. It's a ring the size of a watch.
So clearly they know that Trump thinks he's a king, right? Because this is what you gift a king.
Over the American flag right here. It's in all the details.
And there's a T on the other side, too.
And I appreciate
bizarre.
you pointing it out because I wanted to know what they got in exchange.
Right.
What was this a payoff for? And you said it. They got the tariffs removed, Trump's tariffs removed. And this is
what they give him.
What they gave him.
When I saw it, I was like, what in the Siegfried and Roy is this?
It also, and it's a reminder that leaders of countries, different groups, people understand how to get into Donald Trump's good graces.
Plane.
Well,
you got to
plane. I mean, it also comes at a very interesting time as the USMCA, the deal that Donald Trump negotiated.
Yeah.
The U.S. let it lapse this week because Donald Trump doesn't like it anymore. Do we think Canada and Mexico are paying attention to?
Of course, they're watching. They're going to do a personal gift like a ring, too. Yeah. I mean,
ring, a plane.
He can be bought, is the message.
Yes,
the White House says that the ring has not been presented to Donald Trump, so when he does get to see it, I'm curious to see what he says.
We'll get a full press conference, I'm sure.
Juanita Tolliver, Rina Shah, thank you both for coming to the table. When we come back, we'll break down the 3 things we're keeping an eye on and what you need to know for the week ahead. You're watching The Weekend.